Well, good morning and welcome to another fun episode of That's What She Said. We are in downtown Champaign at the She Said Studios, and we have a really fun show for you today. Our special guests are Ashley and Dani from the Christie Clinic Transformations Medical Weight Loss Program, and we're talking about weight loss. Which woman do you know that doesn't need to talk about weight loss on a daily, hourly basis?
Yeah.
I mean, it's such an important topic for women, for moms. Welcome, ladies. Please share a little about yourselves and what you guys do.
Sure.
We'll let Ashley start.
Sure. So I'm Ashley Quinlan, and I'm the manager with Christie Clinic Transformations Medical Weight Loss Program. I've been with Christie Clinic and the weight loss program for almost 5 years. I really get a lot of enjoyment out of helping our folks reach their goal weight and help them have a good experience with changing their overall healthy lifestyle. I'm a local girl, so I'm married to a farmer. Grew up in Loda, Illinois, just a little bit north of here. PBL High School. So being a local girl, I've come back home after going to college, had some experiences at Bradley University, Eastern Illinois University, and then came back to Champaign. Just have always been interested in health and fitness myself. Athletics, I think, got me into that. Big volleyball player, so with my experiences throughout college, I knew I wanted to go on helping people with their fitness and diet and nutrition. So that's a little bit about me.
Terrific. How about you, Dani?
I took a little different route. I actually came to Champaign almost 10 years ago now. I'm a Wisconsin native. I grew up in a small town, Jefferson, Wisconsin. I have 2 boys. They're actually grown men now. They're 19 and 22, so I'm trying to make that transition from being a mom and raising children to now they maybe don't want to be in my life quite as much as they were before when they were growing up, but I've been told from people who have older kids they'll come back around. So
They will.
I'm patiently waiting for that time to come. I, like Ashley, was very athletic growing up, so I think, that's really just been a big part of my life. When I moved here, I met a wonderful woman, Lori K. Payton, and she actually thought I would be great at being a fitness instructor. So she trained me and taught me how to be a fitness instructor, and I've been doing that for about 8 years now, which is shocking to me. But while I was teaching group fitness classes, somebody who came to my class actually was a health coach at Christie Clinic Transformations, and she said, I think you would be great at my job. So I applied and met Ashley and met the group, and they hired me, and I've been working there for about 3.5 years.
So what does it mean to be a health coach?
Yeah, so with the program, we have health coaches who help our folks. We get them orientated to the medical weight loss program, and that starts from the very beginning with an informational meeting. So our health coaches are trained in what we call the ideal protein protocol. That's the protocol that we utilize at Transformations. So we help educate, we help keep our folks on track. We help with that accountability piece big time. Our folks actually keep a food journal every week. So we look at that journal and we give them feedback based off of what we see. We help them just as far as listening. Sometimes we just need someone to talk to, so that health coach is a good listener. And then from there, I think, as far as the education piece goes and helping them get to their goal, most of us have a background of nutrition or fitness of some sort. We also have some health coaches who have done the program themselves, so they
Which
were
helps.
just, yeah. So
Now, who is a good candidate for this program? What do you guys look for, or who do you see coming to you most frequently?
And is it mainly somebody who's trying to get ready for a wedding or a class reunion, or is that who you're targeting, or are you targeting something bigger?
Sure.
We usually target people who want to make a lifestyle change. Ideal Protein is the program that we use in our clinic, and they like to say, we want this to be the last time you have to lose weight. So getting ready for an event like somebody's wedding or your own wedding is a great reason to start a weight loss program, but we like to encourage people to think beyond that then. So we ask several questions before we even allow them to start, so that they can understand this is actually a bigger commitment than just a short term, I'm getting ready for a certain event. This is going to now change my life.
So can you give me an example of some of the questions you ask them? Like, what's the most important question that you want to know from them before you'll even say, yes, you're accepted into the program?
I think our number one question we can ask people is, are you ready to commit to a complete lifestyle change? If you currently are drinking soda on a daily basis, think that French fries and a burger from McDonald's is a good meal at lunch, then you need to make a big change. So really taking that seriously and being ready to say, okay, that is not going to be part of my daily life anymore. That's really what it's going to take for everything to stick. We see plenty of people start the program and do very well during the weight loss phase, but then when they get to the maintenance phase, they kind of fall back into those old habits.
So tell me a little bit about timing. I mean, I assume that not everybody's on the same schedule. So, do some people do it for a month and other people do it for a year? How do you determine? And then how much follow-up is there in the maintenance period?
Yeah, so with Transformations, we actually have multiple programs. We launched a program called Transformations 28 back in late 2013, and that's been very successful for our folks. So that program actually targets those folks who want to lose around 10 to 15 pounds. So it's been a really big hit because a lot of us may not think about medical weight loss, and call them up and say, I want to just lose 10 pounds. So a lot of those motivators for those folks are revolved around weddings and some short-term stuff, but we start talking at the very beginning, even with those folks, about long-term. So even though your goal is only, say 10 to 15 pounds, and I say only because 10 to 15 pounds is still hard. Don't get me wrong. If you have 10, if you have 15, it's a commitment regardless of the number of pounds you have to lose. But I think at the beginning, talking about maintenance, and as far as there's two pieces to weight loss, and really our whole program. So we educate on the weight loss phase and the maintenance phase. They're two separate things.
And would you say, having been through the program myself, I would say that the maintenance phase is much harder than the taking it off stage. Because you get to this number and you think you're home free, and then all of a sudden you go, oh gosh, there's another half a pound. Okay, now it's a pound. And then you find yourself in a position where you get, you're breaking out in a sweat and you're afraid to get on the scale again. And so having somebody there to say, it's okay, keep weighing yourself, it's going to just get back right back on track. But I think the difference between a lot of other programs and Ideal Protein is that you really do help people through, if they do it right and religiously like they did the first phase, you can help them through the maintenance phase equally as much as in the first phase when they're getting into the rigid weight loss phase.
All right, Karyl. Why on earth did you feel the need to call up Transformations and enter their program? What were you trying to accomplish?
I can show you. This is why I started the program, and it's because I have an addiction to sugar. I can give up lots of other things, but this right here, this is my nemesis. And so did I really know that at the beginning? Probably not. But when I had to journal and write down what I was eating or what I was wanting to eat, or the weeks when maybe I didn't lose, this was the problem. It wasn't French fries, it wasn't potato chips, it wasn't too much protein, it wasn't all the other things. It was too much sugar and not enough water. And so I remember Dani was my coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being such a good client.
What a happy reunion. I didn't know that.
So Dani was my
great story.
And we talked a lot about sugar. And when I finally said, Dani, my problem is I have a really hard time with this. And it's everywhere. It's in stuff that I didn't even know it was in. So she gave me some videos to watch, some things off YouTube about sugar addictions. And I mean, it's an addiction like any other addiction. And the fact that some products are made laced with enough sugar that I don't even know how much I'm having.
Just to keep you coming back a little bit more, a little bit more.
It's an addiction.
And there's all kinds of names for sugar too.
Yeah.
Right.
And just because it's organic doesn't mean that it's healthier. It's still organic
But
sugar.
it's the education piece that I found. It almost got to be like a a curiosity thing for me to see how much I could learn. Now, I didn't always remember it, but I've got it filed back in my memory, so every once in a while I go, well, okay, it's the sugar thing again. Pull yourself back.
Yes.
Eat more protein, drink more water, eat some fruit, have some vegetables, put spinach in your shake in the morning, and it works.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that all sounds great. I have to be honest. I might have to confess I'm one of those women who have been in both stages. I've been through weight loss programs and have lost the weight. I've gained it right back. I've gained more. I've had babies. I actually wrote a weight loss blog for Shambana Moms the year that I had my second daughter. It was called 40 by 40, and I had a goal of reaching 40 pounds of weight loss by my 40th birthday. And I made it to 33 pounds. And because I had a weekly check-in with myself and I had to write about it, like, it kept me focused. But as soon as I hit my 40th birthday and I was like, okay, I'm done with that. Life gets in the way. And I'm sure you guys hear that all the time. I mean, I'm a busy mom. I have to confess that I ate half a grilled cheese sandwich off my daughter's plate in the car on the way here today because that's all I had time for. And it was either that or sit here and be crabby and hungry. And I know there's moms out there that can relate. So what would you tell the busy mom who really feels like
Ashley's
do it?
also a busy mom. She has a young daughter. So
Yeah.
how do you do it? Talk about that.
So I have a 19-month-old. Now she's about 19 months old, Olivia. And it's definitely a life-changing event when you have children. I've always kept my health as a priority, but I have to say ever since I've had her, it's been a lot more challenging.
Absolutely.
Haven't been able to get to the gym as much as I used to. As far as meal prep and cooking, I really have to prioritize that. That is my biggest piece of advice, is to keep yourself as a priority. It is hard. It is hard, and you have to make a lot of sacrifices for your children. Obviously, we love them, and it changes your life completely. But I have to say, the prioritization is huge.
So I have to share, true story. It's time to go on a diet when you reach into your laundry basket and you think you're pulling out a pillowcase and it's actually your underwear.
Yeah.
True story. I had a moment. I had an epiphany, an awakening that maybe it was time.
Maybe so. But your story, I think, is like a lot of other people's story, and relates back to Carol's question in the beginning of what if somebody is starting the diet because they want to look good in their wedding dress, or some their 40th class reunion or something like that coming up. You had that short-term goal of 40 by 40, but then what? So
Right.
I think that's what we do well at Christie Clinic Transformations, is we help our clients decide, now what? While they're in that first phase, that weight loss phase, we talk to them about, okay, you're doing well now. These, you're eating lean proteins, you're eating low glycemic vegetables. Those are still things you can continue doing even when you get to the maintenance phase. So I think making sure they come up with a new plan to help maintain their weight is really a big key.
Can you share any great stories from your experiences?
Yeah.
Any moments that you remember that either maybe made you think differently or changed something about you and your life experience, or that you can share from a client success story?
Would you like to talk about one?
I have a lot. Actually, one of yours.
I have a couple that have recently gotten to their goal weights, and they have one son. He's about 11 years old. Through their weight loss journey, their son has started recognizing the difference between healthy foods and unhealthy foods. Wow. And he now is very good about saying, well, Mom, are you sure that's what you really want? And remember, they're both
calling her out.
Yeah, both parents are in maintenance now. So the son is recognizing, well, you've already had your unhealthy snack for the day. Maybe we should have something different. So often when school was still in, she would ask him, what do you want in your lunch? He would either choose a cookie or maybe a piece of fruit or a piece of string cheese or something like that. So he was deciding in the morning if he was going to have his cookie in his lunchbox or if he was going to have it after school.
Wow.
So thinking
Not
about
both.
not both. And he was, my dieter said, he's very good about, even if he's at a friend's house, he's heard him say he's been offered, maybe a brownie or a cupcake, and he said, I already had my cookie today, so Do you have
Wow.
anything
That is
else?
so fantastic.
It's wonderful. So I think
Yeah.
it's really important for people to remember you're being an example. Whether you mean to be an example or not, people are watching.
So that's all the time we have. We want to thank Christie Clinic, who sponsored today's episode, and for letting you ladies come here and talk about the Transformations program. I hope that our viewers got to learn a lot and maybe got some inspiration out of it. Join us next week. We'll be back here with another exciting guest and fun topic. But until then, that's what she said.
No, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Yes, that's what you said.
Yeah. We'd like to thank our sponsors for today's episode. Thank you, Christie Clinic. Thank you, Bank Champagne, for the That's What She Said studio space, and to Texture Home for making it so beautiful, and our coffee provider, Columbia Street Roastery. Thank you.